This is Mark Summers, and I double dare you to listen to the 3CT podcast.
One of the reasons that we're super excited for this week's show is because, as we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks, and we had a bunch of viewer submissions, listener submissions. We appreciate every single person who sent in their list of top WWE theme or wrestling themes of all time, not necessarily WWE themes. So I want to thank everybody for that. You're getting a
Kobe
for doing that. We appreciate it. So now, as we've been discussing amongst ourselves, Frank says Stone Cold's "Oh Hell Yams." I like that. I like that a lot. So as we've been talking about, how are we going to put this whole thing together? So we took all the votes, we took all the submissions, we broke it down, and tonight we are going to unveil the field of 64. So this is going to be the field of 64, the 64 themes that make the cut. I think we have a couple of play-in matchups as well, Tim.
We do.
Is that live? Is that ready to go out?
That is ready to go, but I wanna first of all urge our wonderful listening audience at home. Now is the time for you to actually like, share the podcast.
Yes.
Because this is the main event right now. To give you guys an idea of how excited I am, I made it. If you've ever seen Parks and Recreation, there's an episode where it's Valentine's Day and Ann Perkins is single. And so, gosh, what is her name? Leslie Knope puts together a big Valentine's Day party to get her a date. Well, also, she puts together this scavenger hunt for her boyfriend, Ben. Ron Swanson helps Ben and secretly loves this shit. So he's like, don't ever do this for me again. And then at the end of the episode, he goes, please do this for me for my birthday. When we were tabulating all of these votes, I made it seem like, oh, I'll do it. I'll put this all together. And Jim was just like, go for it. And
Thank
then
you.
Secretly in my head, I'm like, this is my kink. I love this shit. Stats. You mean to tell me I get to sit through many people's tabulation lists and count how many times somebody said something and then make a spreadsheet and then average stuff out and count? Dog, I'm here for this. This took me back to my childhood when I started making, when I was doing wrestling feds on video games and in my action figures. I love this shit. This is it. So this is my life's work for 2020. Since 2020 is taking so many things from us, much like Santana from Glee, rest in peace.
Ooh. And
now I'm giving back. So, Jim, can you give me the power to show my screen?
You can do that yourself, can you not? On your Yeah, I think you should be all right to do that.
Host disabled participant screen sharing.
Oh shit.
Please enable.
Let's see. Now try it. Nope.
Try.
Now try it.
Hey, hell yeah.
You got it? Is it okay now?
Yes.
Okay,
So,
sorry about that.
What we've got right here, this is the master spreadsheet.
Wow.
As you can see, we had 134 different submissions.
What a beaut.
For this podcast.
That's a lot.
For this tournament of 64. So.
Wow, you really did go all out on this thing, man.
I did.
This is much more elaborate than I would have done.
And so every person who voted, now unbeknownst to you, the order in which you wrote your list was your power rankings.
Ooh.
I wish I would have known that going in, but it does make sense.
Right. But here's the thing. So the host of the pod, so the five of us actually gave, for the most part, most of us gave more than 20 themes. So that was our way to kind of skirt the system and try to get extra votes in where they were. And the power ranking only comes into effect if there's a tie for the number of times a theme was voted for. So, for example, there was only there's 2 themes that were tied for most votes. And because of average placement, that's how we determined who was the number 1 seed, who was the number 2 seed, and also how we got about creating our play-in matches. The play-in matches, this is where the 3 Count Thursday boys are flexing their muscle.
That's right.
And we're this is the only outside influence that we're putting into the tournament. The bottom 5 themes that are listed on the bracket are in play-in games against a theme from each of ours lists that didn't make it.
Okay, got it.
Got it. So, to give you the rundown on that, you're gonna get to see a lot of different things, but I want everyone to kind of focus in on. Actually, let me see if I can pause my screen share. Okay, so we're stopping the screen share for just a second because I only want to share a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a wee little bit.
But yeah, once we have the play-in games, once those are determined, I will give you guys the link. You can go to that, and I'll put it in the comments then of the live video, so you can go there and vote on those in just a minute. Once we get those results in, we will fill out the remainder of the bracket, and then
shameless plug.
And then we will open and then we will open up the voting for the and to determine the greatest entrance theme of all time. And of course, because we are the greatest podcast of all time, that means that the winner of this is by far the best. There's no argument or dispute to that once we determine this one.
So the bottom 5 seeds were Brock Lesnar's theme, Slow Chemical, Kane's theme right before he lost the mask, the Chronic theme from WCW, the Hollywood Blondes theme, and Vader's WCW theme.
Okay.
Those 5 are going against a theme handpicked by at least one of us on the podcast.
Got it.
So, in order to challenge the number 5 seed, Cult of Personality, it is Brock Lesnar's Next Big Thing versus the Undisputed Era's Undisputed.
Damn.
To challenge the top of the St. Louis regional bracket voices.
I like it.
It is Slow Chemical versus the Hardy Boys Loaded.
Damn. Okay.
To challenge the top of the Venice Beach regional, Real American, it is Chronic versus the Rockers.
Sorry, I don't know how that happened. Somebody must have hacked my computer.
Rockers. Can you get any more generic
Chronic,
with the fucking wrestling
Chronic
thing?
versus the Rockers. I apologize. I'll try
Get out of here.
I'll try and solidify the security over here in
I swear to God,
Studio L.
James, just so fucking destroy the podcast.
In what might be the biggest matchup of the play-in bracket or the play-in round, The Hollywood Blondes theme is taking on Evolution's Line in the Sand.
Man, that's a pretty serious matchup.
And to challenge the number 1 seed in the tournament, the Toronto Regionals Metalingus. It is Vader's WCW theme taking on Victoria's All the Things She Said. Now, folks, I didn't leave you guys empty-handed.
No?
So, if you go to the link in, can I not copy this because I don't actually own Office? I sure can. Yeah, I can. There we go.
Woo! Woohoo!
Okay, so in the chat, in the comments, there is a link to a curated playlist of all 10 of these songs.
Fantastic.
You don't have to guess what the theme sounds like. It's there. So go through, listen to the 10. They're actually, if I'm right, they are in order from top to bottom. So
Okay.
It's Brock Lesnar, Undisputed Era, Slow Chemical, Hardy Boys, Chronic, Rockers, Hollywood Blondes, Evolution, Vader, and then All the Things She Said.
All right. Awesome.
So, but that's not it. Big Jim, I think you have something that you can drop in the chat.
Yeah, I'm dropping
As
in.
well.
I'm dropping in the comments right now, and once you go and you listen to those themes, so you can make your final verdict on the play-in matchups, you can simply go to tinyurl.com/3CT play-in. That's the number 3 CT play-in. tinyurl.com/3CT play-in, and that will get you to the voting for the play-in matchups finalize the field of 64, the official 64 themes that will go into this bracket.
Yes. So, you can only vote once, just to make sure that there's no funny business.
Yeah, this is all science. This is across the board. This is straight up.
It's scientific.
Absolutely.
I take my bracket seriously.
Obviously.
I do. I didn't spend 2 days working on 6 different documents for this, including a tournament bracket that for some reason just didn't save. So I have to redo a whole bracket again. If maybe, I don't know. But we'll figure it out. But you guys see the play-in right now. I also have the full first round that we can look at. There's no links for it yet because
it's not set.
We have to get the play-in round first, and then we can officially release the first round. But we can whet everyone's appetite.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Let's do that.
Lou, this will all be posted on 3countthursday.com. This exact one sheet, as well as the links to the playlists and the links to vote. Everything will be on 3countthursday.com. They'll be on all of our social media. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, it'll be there. So not only is there a playlist for the play-in, but there's also a playlist for every other regional as well.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
All 68 themes are in their place, with the exception of the 5 play-in games. But once we have those, I will add the winner into that particular regional so that they are all there together. So this is the first time anyone else besides me has seen the list, the lineup of 64. So here we go.
All right, let's see it. I'm so excited.
So we're going to go top to bottom from the Toronto Regional to the Victoria Regional, the Venice Beach, and the St. Louis.
All right.
Metalingus versus the winner of Vader and Victoria.
On this day.
The number 32 seed, Flight of the Valkyries, the Daniel Bryan theme, is taking on the number 33 seed, Hitman, the Bret Hart theme.
I have a bad feeling about that matchup.
Let Me In, the Fiend theme, is taking on Roddy Piper's Scotland the Brave.
Wow.
Which technically isn't Scotland the Brave.
No, but that's what they named it, right?
So Scotland the Brave is an actual song that is in the Roddy Piper theme.
Okay.
So what's on the playlist is Roddy Piper's WWF theme.
Gotcha. Okay.
The DX theme, Are You Ready, is taking on the Future, Asuka's theme. Low key banger matchup right here.
That's going to be a tough one.
In the intern Mark special of the bracket, it is the Dusty Rhodes Common Man Boogie taking on the Rougeau Brothers All American Boys.
Okay.
In a Battle of the Paint, it is Finn Balor's Catch Your Breath against Sting's Man Called Sting theme.
Oh, wow.
In a dark horse for the bracket, I believe somebody's gonna get it. The Mark Henry theme is taking on the Miz's I Came to Play.
No kidding.
And in the bottom of the bracket, it is Judas by Fozzy for Chris Jericho taking on Hard Times, the Big Boss Man theme.
A little bit of the bubbly.
So, just from looking at this grouping of 16, what matchup are you guys most looking forward to in the Toronto Regional? We'll start with Big Jim.
I'm really intrigued by the DX versus Asuka one because I think those two are all-time great themes. But like it's gonna like the weight of that matchup is gonna be, do you go like with the history, with the Attitude Era? Oh, there you go. Got a bigger text. Like, do you go with the history and the angst of DX, or do you go with like who has arguably been one of the best performers in the WWE for the last couple of years? Is recency bias going to play out, or is history going to play out?
Very, 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 very astute observation. What about you, Matt?
I like your dark horse pick because I really enjoyed both of those teams. I didn't put either of them on my list, but looking there, I don't know what I'm going to choose in between somebody's going to get it versus came to play. So I'm anxious to see how that one fares out. The rest, I have a pretty good idea which way I'm leaning, but that one's the one that's going to be the toughest for me.
Now, it might be Kismet, it might be fate, but The Miz is the 40th seed, and he was the 40th WWE champion. So,
wow.
Is there a numerology in the stars for The Miz? But either way, it's going to be tough. Ryan, what's your pick for what's your dark horse, or what's your matchup in the Toronto Regional?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm really intrigued by Let Me In by The Fiend and Scotland the Brave by Piper. It kind of goes with Jim. Are you going with recent banger or something that you've grown up with and it's always like made my head snap if I wasn't necessarily listening or watching the TV growing up, but hearing the bagpipes. So that's I don't know how I'm going to vote for that round already.
That's the beauty of this, is that you'll also have the playlist for the Toronto Regional. So you'll be able to hear these themes as you vote or before you vote, to be able to know how you feel. What's also might be a low-key banger, depending on how the play-in game goes, is Metalingus could go up against All the Things She Said. And if that's the case, there could easily be a 64 over a 1.
I don't know, man. Like,
That's tough.
I was really amazed to see Metalingus at the very, very top of this whole thing. So, like, to me, that tells me that not only between us, but the 3 count audience has a pretty high value on Metalingus, as they should.
Yep.
On this day.
Carrying on, we're now going into the second seeds bracket, which is the Victoria, Texas Regional. And if that gives you any idea, it is the Stone Cold Steve Austin bracket.
Nice.
So, the top seed of the bracket, I Won't Do What You Tell Me, the Stone Cold theme, is taking on the winner of the Hollywood Blondes or Evolution.
Okay.
So Austin could be taking on himself in the first
that
round
is true.
Yes. In the next matchup, the Hollywood Rock theme is cooking. It's taking on Lita's theme, Love, Fury, Passion, Energy.
Okay.
That's a classic one. The game Triple H is taking on WCW theme, Simply Ravishing, for Rick Rude. Now, I'm going to use this matchup as an explanation.
Okay.
As explained before, we did the bracketing. Only one theme for one person. So, to be completely honest, Rick Rude's themes, both of them were nominated. Triple H had 3 themes nominated.
Right, because this wasn't the Triple H theme that I had nominated.
There was votes for My Time, there was votes for this, and there was votes for King of Kings, and there was also 4. Someone also voted for Ode to Joy. So 4 Triple H themes made it. The top most vote getter is what represents that wrestler in the tournament.
Okay.
So if you don't see your particular theme in there, but you see your wrestler, that's why.
Gotcha.
Next up, in a battle of the couples, it is Randy Savage and Liz, Pomp and Circumstance, taking on True Love, the Mike and Maria Kanellis theme.
Oh, yeah!
Damn. And this is the actual theme, not Stone Cold Sings.
This is the actual theme.
Okay, I wanted to make sure that was clear.
This is the actual theme, the love ballad, not Stone Cold.
Okay, just wanted to clear that one up.
The classic Ric Flair theme, also Sprach Zarathustra, takes on One of a Kind, the Rob Van Dam theme.
Okay.
In a battle of CFO money, or the CFO's bangers, we've got Sasha Banks, The Sky's the Limit, taking on Bobby Roode's Glorious Domination.
Glorious
Bob! Carrying out the rest of the bracket, we've got Bad Street USA taking on the Booker T Anthem. And at the very bottom of the bracket, it's only fate that on the opposite sides of the Austin bracket, you have Mr. McMahon and No Chance in Hell taking on Mankind and Wreck.
That's a matchup.
That's a these middle brackets are extremely tough because you're getting like themes really close together.
Yeah.
So we'll go in reverse order this time. Ryan, what matchup from the Victoria Regional are you excited about?
You have to go with No Chance in Hell, the Mr. McMahon theme versus Mankind theme. Just going back to some of their feuds themselves and just the way they've all worked in and around Steve Austin's career. It's a great way to wrap up this bracket. So McMahon versus Mankind.
Matt.
Yeah, that one was mine as well. Again, the one that's going to be the toughest for me to choose. Beyond that, I think the Sasha Banks versus Bobby Roode is the second toughest for me to pick which one I enjoy more, but I think McMahon versus Mankind is going to be tougher.
Big Jim.
Yeah, I was going to say Sasha versus Bobby Roode because, not that like there's a lot of good themes recently, but like I feel like these two are some of the better ones. Like, I feel like Bobby Roode's entire WWE/NXT career is defined by his theme. Glorious. So that one's really strong. But the I'll say The Rock and Lita as well to be a little bit different, because like to me Hollywood Rock is just, I mean, it's like the ultimate banger for The Rock out of the different themes, but Lita's theme is a solid one as well.
And depending upon how that matchup and the top first round matchup goes, we could get Rock Austin 4 in the second round of the tournament.
Right, the rematch that never was.
The fourth match, the finale of the finale.
Man, that's a tough bracket. That's a tough bracket. I'm almost scared to see what the other two are.
Just wait, because now we roll over to Venice Beach, California, and we go into the Hulk Hogan bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Hulk Hogan will play the winner of Chronic and the Rockers.
Okay.
Carrying on, the original Undertaker theme is going against the NWO Wolfpack theme.
Okay. So original Undertaker, that's 2 gongs and then just the organ, right?
So this is Graveyard Symphony.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's in the playlist.
That's true. Yes. And those will obviously go live once the brackets go live.
Yes. The Battle of the Stables, as the Brood's theme, takes on the Four Horsemen.
Nice. See, Charlie asked. He said, "Where's the Brood?" Here you go, Charlie.
Oh, it's there.
Venice Beach. It's there. Man,
yes, sir.
Wow.
The next matchup, I Walk Alone versus Root of All Evil. Batista versus Aleister Black. 2 bangers. Just button heads in the first round. Going on, the number 11 seed, Unstable, the Ultimate Warriors theme, is taking on another dark horse for me personally. I Bring the Darkness, the Baron Corbin theme. In a matchup of non-WWE implications.
Wow, okay.
It is AJ Styles' TNA theme, I Am, taking on Raven's ECW theme, Come Out and Play.
Okay.
Next up on the bracket, the Sandman is in the tournament as Enter Sandman takes on the Mr. Perfect theme.
Wow.
And of course, if you've got Hogan in the top of the bracket, the NWO might as well fit on the bottom.
New world order.
As the NWO, the original NWO theme, takes on possibly Matt's dark horse pick to win the entire tournament, Shane McMahon, and Here Comes the Money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money,
Dollar.
Now,
just
Tim,
pretend there's a closed parentheses.
Some of my insider sources told me that Matt tried to bribe to get Shane's up higher on the bracket. Is there any truth to that?
No, the podcast is pure.
Okay.
We're not letting it. Charlie asks, how is Saliva ranked higher than the Brood? It's all based on power rankings because if you had the same number of votes, it then went to, when you're this close, like it all went based on like the way that the way that they were listed in the email submissions. So I wouldn't put too much pressure or too much power in, like, if you see a theme within like 5 to 7 numbers of another seed, the voting's really close.
Yeah, I would imagine that in inside of those, within 10, so like 10 to 10 to 20, 20 to 30, that it's obviously a very, very close on the nominations.
Right. So Big Jim, the Venice Beach Regional, what matchup intrigues you?
I'm gonna say NWO and Shane McMahon, because that, like, those are two themes that are so strong. I mean, like, the NWO speaks for itself, but in the same time, like, you know, I remember when Shane McMahon came back and, like, you hear that music again, it was like, it was a huge pop. So I'm really, really intrigued by that matchup.
Yep. Matt, what say you?
I think it's gonna be between Graveyard Symphony, NWO Wolfpack, and then the Batista Aleister Black one.
That's such a strong matchup too.
I hate it. Like, if I ever had the idea to move people's brackets around,
This would be the one.
I would have made sure this wasn't a first round matchup. It is so tough. It kills me that one of these themes is done after the first round. Kills me.
I mean, Batista's is one of those themes, because, like, when he was back, like, when he was there around WrestleMania 30, every time he's come back, like, days after he's on Raw or SmackDown or pay-per-view or whatever, I will still be playing that theme in my head. Like,
Yes.
it's that strong of a theme. But I love Aleister Black.
Ryan is shaking his head, but I have on good authority that he put the Batista theme on his list of themes. So
that's not why I'm shaking my head.
Why are you
the
shaking?
Batista theme absolutely belongs there, but the fix is in. If you went from number one to the bottom, there's no way my boys Chronic have to fight for a goddamn playing spot for this ridiculous. The fix is in. There's no way Chronic should be that low. That's my pick. Chronic is taking out Real American, brother. It's gonna happen. Chronic wins and wipes the floor with Hulk Hogan. Don't forget, Hogan's a racist. Can't vote for Hogan. Don't forget. You're goddamn right, I'm playing the card. Don't vote for Hogan. Vote Chronic 2020. Please vote. Make sure you get your votes out, folks.
Are you taking illegal substances again?
Ryan, I listened to that song yesterday for the first time, and it was absolute garbage. Like, why are you so high on this one? Of all songs,
You're ridiculous. You're out of line. I'll quit the podcast if it doesn't at least make
Don't
it.
be
I swear to
rude.
God, it's ridiculous. There's no reason it shouldn't be up there.
I love it.
It's a clear ripoff of Static X. Act like nobody cares for Static X in here. Russ Vitale would vote for this.
No, he wouldn't. I don't think you would get Russ Vitale's vote.
It absolutely would. It totally would.
Way out of line.
Maybe over the Rockers, but I don't know about Real American.
Yeah, come on.
Ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. And how did the Horsemen fall to 46? Just people don't know how great that theme is.
I guess not. I mean, I didn't have it on my list, and my list was 38 themes.
Oh, man,
strong.
So good.
I had it on my list too. So the Horseman theme got some love. So
yeah, thank you.
Lou's with you, Ryan. He says Chronic is a great theme.
Goddamn right, Lou. I knew I liked
kicking the
it.
knackers, bro.
all right. So the final region, the St. Louis Regional, which means it is the Randy Orton bracket.
Oh, here we go.
And here it is. There is your final 8 matchups. So
Holy hell.
we've got Voices taking on the winner of Brock Lesnar versus the Undisputed Era. We've then got Ethan Carter III, his TNA theme, going against John Cena's first theme, Basic Thugonomics. Well, technically a second theme, but this is Basic Thugonomics version. In a Jimmy Hart classic, it is the Ted DiBiase theme taking on Demolition. We've got Shinsuke Nakamura's theme, The Rising Sun, taking on I'm the Mountie. In the next lineup, we've got Sexy Boy taking on Jive Soul Bro.
Okay.
In a bit of new school versus old school, Kingdom, the Cody theme, taking on Jake Roberts' Snake Bit. We've got Fight, the Kevin Owens theme, taking on the Legion of Doom theme.
Damn.
And the number 5 seed, Cult of Personality, will be taking on the winner of... Oh, sorry. So for Voices will be the winner of Kane versus... it'll be Kane versus the Hardy Boys. And the winner of going against Cult of Personality will be Brock Lesnar or the Undisputed Era.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, Ryan, the St. Louis Regional, what matchup intrigues you?
First of all, I'm reeling that Zack Ryder's radio didn't make this at all. I know Jim's really upset about that too.
Oh, heartbroken.
It's a personal surprise that didn't make it.
It was actually the first 3 on my list. So
radio.
Yeah, it is radio.
Good matchups here. It's really, really tough to pick one. But I will go with the same band that did Zack Ryder's radio. I'll go Kingdom versus Jake the Snake Roberts, just because old school, new school. I kind of like that setup. Even though I'm a big Mountie fan, that's gonna be a tough one for me to vote for.
Time out. Sidebar, real quick. Can we talk like Jake the Snake Roberts wearing a polo shirt is one of the weirdest things in 2020, and that says a lot.
You mean Rehab Jake?
Yeah, like whoever the manager for Lance Archer is, that guy wearing a polo shirt is one of the weirdest things in wrestling in 2020, and I will stand by that.
He does yoga.
I'm aware he does yoga, and he's moved out of the DDP house, and I wish him nothing but the best. But Jake the fucking Snake Roberts wearing a purple polo shirt on Fyter Fest is just I can't. It was weird, but I digress.
Yes. Matt.
I mean, I think all of these are pretty one-sided for me. So for the most intriguing is I'm going to hope that the Hardy Boys can pull it out and take on Voices, because I mean I know which way I would vote in that. I'm really surprised that I had to use my veto vote to get the Hardy Boys in there, but so that's going to be the one that I'm watching the most.
Okay. Big Jim.
The one I'm watching the most, man, is EC3 and John Cena, because like to me this one should be one-sided. If you're asking the big guy, this one should be one-sided, but like the basic Thugonomics theme is so good that that this one really is going to have my attention once it goes live.
Yep. I'm very excited to see that matchup, as well as whoever, which if it's Brock or Undisputed Era against CM Punk and Cult of Personality, like I know Cult of Personality is really strong, but both of those other themes fighting for the 60th seed it's almost a murderer's row.
Sure.
So it's very tough to say one way or the other how these will all go.
Well, Tim, we are down to the final 4 in our bracket. It has been a fun journey. So why don't we recap and let people know the where the matchups are, and I'll post the link to the comments here, so people, if they have not voted, can do that.
It is the final 4 of the 3 Count Thursday greatest wrestling theme song of all time tournament. Looks like a final 4 of the greatest WWE superstar of all time tournament.
Yeah.
If you go to you go tinyurl.com/3CT Final 4. Those are always the number and never the word. You'll see that at the top of the bracket, Metalingus reigns supreme, and it will be going head to head with Sexy Boy. And on the bottom half of the bracket, it is the other two number one seeds, as Stone Cold Steve Austin's I Won't Do What You Tell Me takes on Real American. You really cannot go wrong with any. Well, you can go wrong with one of these.
I was going to say, I think one of them you could.
Yeah, one of them should not have made it this far. But it's up to you people, you, the 3 Count Thursday listening audience, the viewing audience. Be sure to get your votes in. We are tallying the votes. Polling is done tomorrow at midnight. The polls will reopen on Monday. And I think we should do a live announcement on Thursday.
Yeah.
The actual winner.
Do it live.
So it's going to be a shorter window next
week.
Actually, if you guys are really nice, I could turn around the brackets. We can post them on Saturday.
Ooh.
And give you guys an extra 2 days of voting.
Mamma mia!
But I swear to God, if I do this and none of y'all vote.
Yeah, you better vote Saturday or Sunday.
I'm never doing this again. You guys need to help me.
Why would we?
Tell a friend to tell a friend. Get in here. Vote on the polls. And so we can actually get a legit winner. Because if not, it's just the 5 of us.
Yeah.
And you don't want to leave this in our hands, do you?
No. I mean, you definitely don't want to leave it in my hands. I'm an idiot.
Like, you can't.
How did Shawn Michaels get this far? Like, look, I understand he's Mr. WrestleMania. I understand he's arguably the best in-ring performer of all time.
Not arguably.
Arguably. But how did
entertainer?
Okay, arguably best. I mean, I guess if Ric Flair like dubs you as the best superstar, you can be the best superstar. But how the hell did he get? How did he get here? There were so many better themes in that bracket.
If I can defend it,
okay, try.
There's few themes more. I won't say it's a good theme, but it's iconic. Like, yes, iconic pose. Like, you get a very strong reaction at the beginning of the theme with the drum beats and the oh Sean. It's very catchy at first. It announces who everyone is, and that's what's really strong about like these 4 themes. Very strong beginnings. Immediate, it's glass shattered. It's the Rick Derringer guitar riff. It's the Sexy Boy drums, and it's You Think You Know Me.
That's true.
Yeah. So each of them draw you in immediately and get you just completely out of control, hype beyond belief.
I mean, that's a good point. That part of it is inarguable.
Right. And so I think that there's a lot of thought was put in as to what makes a good theme and not necessarily what is the better song. I don't think many people, I don't want to pigeonhole our audience, but I dare say few of them studied music theory at all.
I mean, I did not. I
did. I actually did.
I'm a drummer. I've taken music classes. I don't think I ever studied music theory.
Music theory. It was like 10th grade. I don't remember anything.
I know
Don't ask.
I know there was a music theory class at college when I was there, but it sounded too hard. So I went, no thanks.
Are
I'm an
you
idiot.
good at math?
Relatively speaking, not
Then
any.
kinda, because you gotta you gotta know your major and minor chords and your dissonances and
It
things
just
like
seemed
that.
like a lot of work at the time. It just,
And because
beer
you're a
was
drummer,
easier.
so literally drummers for you, like you get like triplets and sixteenths and
Oh yeah, we
you
get all
get-
those silly things.
you get that, but like pitch, like unless you're playing the timpani with the pedal,
Yeah, no, I was,
or if you get put
I'm a
on the
meathead. I'm a
xylophone.
meathead with a couple of sticks. It wasn't. I hit things hard. Things make noise, sort of things. There was no.
Clangety clangety bangety.
Yeah.
As long as you drum better than Lars Ulrich.
Well, yeah. There's a lot of people with no arms that probably could do that.
Hey, Lars, top 5 drummer of all time. Longevity.
Lars Ulrich is the #1 drummer for Metallica of all time. We'll say
Yes,
that. Without question, he is the #1 drummer for Metallica of all time. But yeah, otherwise, like I don't want to give prediction. I don't want to sway the audience. But at this point, again, it's 2020. I would not be shocked to see things go haywire in this bracket. But it's been
I would
fun.
not be shocked if somehow Chronic does a run-in and pays Shawn Michaels back for the Rockers knocking them out and just like Tanya Harding, Shawn Michaels on the way to the ring, Tink.
My wife asked me earlier today if we were going to talk about Dominic Mysterio getting the ever-living shit beat out of him with a stick on Monday.
Question.
Which we will. I said, I don't know. I said, because we don't always talk about like current stuff. We talk more like discussion topics. And she just out of the blue goes like the best entrance theme ever. And I went, well, funny you should say that. And then she goes, well, where's John Cena's theme? I'm like, I don't even think he made the list, did he?
Basic Thugonomics.
Oh, Thugonomics made the list because like she used to get really mad when Big Match John would open up Raw every Monday while she was frantically trying to get away from the wrestling TV, and she would hear the song, and then the next day that song was stuck in my head for like an hour. I couldn't fall asleep, and I'm like, you probably should have stayed watching wrestling then.
It's the horns.
Yeah,
is so captivating as like a device.
John Cena.
But
I mean, you hear that and you know what it is. You know what's up.
So I did we're still talking about theme songs.
Sure.
Look, we were already running late. Let us freestyle tonight.
Yeah, there's no format tonight. Really.
Sheets out the window. But I actually I remember a long time ago WWE did a video about the origins of John Cena's theme. The horns are sampled from, I believe, a cover of Midnight Train to Georgia.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit. I would have never known that.
The horns is a sample. I gotta remember if I'm right or not, but
No shit.
I think that the John Cena Midnight Train Georgia.
So, I mean, we're obviously we're counting down to the greatest. While you're looking at it, is there a theme that sticks out to you as the worst?
Sorry, wrong Georgia song. It's a motif of a cover of The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia.
I was going to say that the Midnight Train to Georgia did not sound right.
Yeah, it's The Night that the Lights Went Out in Georgia.
Okay. Either way, that's pretty cool. But
what was your question?
Is there a theme that sticks out in your head that is the worst ever?
That isn't like a joke theme, like Isaac Yankem DDS or TL Hopper.
Like, does Right to Censor count as a joke theme?
I mean, yeah, because that's just a siren.
Okay, then I would have to rethink mine.
I think Jimmy, my best friend Marcus is gonna hate me if he figures out that this is on the record, but Jimmy Wang Yang's theme,
okay,
gonna punch you in the face tonight,
okay,
is actually a really bad song.
Huh.
Oh, Repo Man.
Oh, Lou.
Come
Boo.
on.
Boo this man.
Repo.
I love Repo Man's theme.
You don't blaspheme the good name of Barry Darso in this house.
Man,
Mash, Mr. Hole in One,
I'll
Blacktop Bully.
Going off the top of my head, like something like Skinner, either Skinner's themes.
Alligator.
We're not good. Matt, Mark, do you have any of them? We don't have to necessarily, deep thought on this one. And maybe that'll be our next bracket, is worst theme ever.
Worst theme.
Oh, that'd be fun. Sergeant Slaughter had a terrible theme.
The heel theme?
The snare drum?
The heel theme.
Oh, the heel
I couldn't stand that.
Head.
It was awful. The Red Rooster was
so
pretty bad. Too.
Whose?
Well, it was so bad it was good. The Red Rooster. With the rooster crowing at the beginning.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
Basically, anything from like 89 to 92 probably could fall into this.
Gosh, it's not a bad theme. It's not a bad theme, but I've had it stuck on the brain for a while. Does anyone remember Maven's theme?
Oh, the original Tough Enough theme.
Yes.
That song's a fucking banger.
Yes.
I love that song.
Low key a banger.
Oh, Nikki, no. Nikki's not a fan of A Real Man's Man, the old William Regal theme. I loved that theme.
Come on, man.
I absolutely.
Man.
I loved that theme.
In the video, he's squeezing oranges to make orange juice, and he drinks it.
Sparky
he's a real man's man.
Sparky Plug wasn't a very good theme.
Oh, that was bad.
Oh yeah. You're right. That was not great.
Oh, the Kerwin White theme.
What was that?
Devin says Chavo Guerrero's gimmick before Eddie died when he was he was Kerwin White.
He's a man.
Right.
Squeezing oranges, Karen.
Yeah.
Boy, it was bad.
Flannel and a hard hat. William Regal.
Just sending it.
My God, what a change of pace from the Blue Blood.
So I know Tim's not the biggest fan, and this is probably the only time you'll ever hear me say anything negative about AJ Lee, but her theme was, in my opinion, one of the worst.
Not good.
Not good at all.
Also,
doesn't fit her either.
Tiffany's theme in Insatiable that they used for like multiple different people. Oh my God. Anytime Insatiable played. Alicia Fox also had a really bad theme too.
Oh, it was just like fast electronic music, right? It was
busy.
Yeah.
It was just busy.
I feel like if you could, and I don't know if you can or not, because I'm not a doctor, but if you could have like an epileptic seizure from a song, it was the Alicia Fox theme. I mean, if we're talking bad themes too, I mean, it's only fair to talk about.
Okay. The song is good, but I have a big water, baby.
Oh, I thought it was feeding time.
No, I still have my bowl of food.
Come on, eat, goddammit.
No, the theme is scandal proof. It's just that really shitty Brie mode in the beginning.
And there's also like the Union had a terrible theme.
Oh yes.
I wasn't a big fan of Test's theme either.
Which one? The first one, or
yeah?
I feel like that one was very epileptic as well.
Yes.
Yeah, like maybe that was just like a late 90s, early 2000s sort of a thing.
I mean, thinking back, like Attitude Era, there were a lot of like bad themes throughout that time.
Yeah, there was.
How about Rikishi when he turned heel? That was a terrible theme.
I don't even know if I remember.
Man.
That Bad Man.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That was
that wasn't
bad,
good.
man.
That was bad, man.
And what's bad is that Rikishi actually rapped that.
Yeah.
That's Rikishi's song off of the Originals album.
Yeah.
I'm a bad
man, dude, that Originals album.
Bad thoughts.
Yeah, it was awful.
That Originals
Bad
disc
man.
is one of the worst. Just the worst. So bad.
Okay, so who all was on that Originals album?
Oh God, we're gonna have to look that up.
WWE Originals. I got it.
Yeah. Let's.
So, Stone Cold Steve Austin had a recurring segment throughout the entire the CD, which was great. We're bypassing that. The Dudley Boys did a remix of their theme called "We've Had Enough."
Okay.
Trish Stratus had a song called "I Just Want You."
Okay.
Rey Mysterio had a song which was also a pay-per-view theme, "Crossing Borders."
Okay.
Booker T had "Can You Dig It," which was good. He actually used that as a theme for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
Kurt
What is it,
Angle
2020?
had the "I Don't Suck." It's so good. Lillian Garcia had a song. The Guerreros had a song. They did the "We Lie, We Steal, We Lie, We Cheat, We Steal."
Yeah, I should,
That was good.
Time out. I don't remember what. There was a Royal Rumble match. It was Umaga and John Cena that you told me to watch last week, and
Yeah.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
But you mentioned Lillian Garcia. What year was that? Because how
2005,
how Roll Tide
5, 6.
how maybe it was 06. But Lillian Garcia was like all-time Roll Tide at that point.
I mean, she was scandal proof. Like
Fantastic.
I'm not gonna lie. Jericho had a song, not quite Judas, but "Don't You Wish You Were Me,"
Oh, I remember that one.
which they ended up using for the YJ Stinger song.
Yeah.
Rikishi had. Oh, sorry. Badman was not on Originals. Rikishi's song was "Put a Little Ass on It,"
Oh my!
which was like a slow jam, and I actually thought
Sauce it.
that it was a good song at the time.
Sauce it.
Yes, JR. Yes. Stacy Keebler had a song called "Why Can't We Just Dance?" And then, of course, the CD was headlined with "Basic Thugonomics."
Okay. So it had a couple of good ones on there.
There's a couple of bangers on here for sure.
But there was also a couple of stinkers on there.
In the United States, WWE Originals hit the peak of the Billboard 200. Its top was 12.
You just made the list.
12th best
12?
album.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, what year did that come out?
It was released January 13, 2004.
So that was that on the tail end of like the Attitude Era, kind of? Are we still in Attitude Era? I don't know when the Attitude Era officially ended.
I think that would have been Ruthless Aggression.
Oh yeah, because I guess if Cena would have been in there, kind of, you were starting to get ruthless.
The Attitude Era ends, I think, WrestleMania 19.
Okay.
Because that's Rock Austin 3.
Okay, yeah, I think that's probably.
But then you could also say WrestleMania 20, because the tagline was "It all begins where it all begins
again." Okay, so you're kind of Ruthless Aggression at that point, which I mean, wrestling was still fairly popular at that point, so popular enough. I guess you're going to get that to a number 12 on the album chart. Wow, that is just hard to believe. But yeah, tinyurl.com/3CT Final 4, and it is in the in the live video comments as well. So make sure you head there and vote by 12 midnight tomorrow night when Saturday begins. And then look to our social media, 3 Count Thursday, Facebook, Twitter. Over the weekend, we will turn this thing around. We will get the final matchup, the championship matchup, and we will reveal the winner live here on the show next week.
Do it live!
All right, Tim. Here we go. We have our big moment. This is your baby. Let's jump in here.
So a big thank you to everyone a part of the 3 Count Thursday family. Without you guys, this tournament would have just been the 5 of us talking about wrestling themes for about a week and letting it go and not having good content. And I use good loosely. But thank you all the same for all your votes, your participation. But it came down to 2, a rematch from WrestleMania 14 as Stone Cold Steve Austin took on the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels in the grand finals of the tournament. And with a resounding majority of the votes, your winner and proclaimed greatest wrestling theme ever, Chronic. No, it's not Chronic. It's it is I Won't Do What You Told Me, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
How you doing?
Yeah, this one feels right. Like, I mean, it couldn't have been Michaels.
Did you hit the "How you doing" accidentally there?
No, because that was Austin. That's the only Steve Austin soundbite I have on the, which I should have a lot more.
Have the Tough Enough clip on there.
I'm almost shocked we don't have the glass breaking.
We don't have glass breaking.
What's your favorite match?
My favorite match was with Melina and Alicia Fox.
Who?
I forgot when I moved. What's that?
That other Austin clip where he's singing somebody else's theme, right?
Right.
Why I don't have that on the soundboard. No, I don't have that on the board.
What the hell?
But
I mean, ideally, it should have been Stone Cold's theme up against Stone Cold singing Mike and Maria's.
Yeah, I mean, it probably should have been.
That's better than Chronic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's so many things better than Chronic. So many. So I feel like this is a theme that I don't feel cheated that it ended up winning. Like if Michaels would have won, I would have just claimed that the past 6 weeks of our show just didn't exist. I may have deleted them from the archives. I don't even know. But it was there. Now that we're at the end looking back on it, is there a theme that was on there that you think should have made it further, maybe should have won? Like, because I don't think we stop it. Put that picture down, Ryan. Stop that. Like, I don't necessarily, because I don't think we did this when we started, because we didn't want to sway votes or anything. But
Right.
What to you? And we'll start with Tim. What to you is the greatest wrestling theme ever?
I've got to stand by the overall number 1 pick of the draft of the tournament, Metalingus. As a song, it's great. As a wrestling theme, it is also great. There's a lot of other themes that I like better, but they're like independent themes and they're very niche.
A couple that come to mind.
Hallowicked uses the one song from Beavis and Butthead Do America where they're doing the acid trip. That song literally makes me bop in my seat every time. This guy right here had a pretty sweet theme. El Generico used Olay by the Bouncing Souls. That was pretty dope.
Okay.
I was like an independent wrestling theme snob in like the early 2000s. I was scouring all over the ROH boards, pulling all of the themes, and then legally acquiring them.
Oh, sure. That's the only way that people of our generation acquired music.
And so I would legally acquire these songs and put them on mixtapes, that or CD mix CDs, and go from there. So yeah, but as far as big themes are concerned, that's what it is.
All right, Matt, how about you? Is there one that kind of sticks out that you're like should have gotten further, or to me this is the best?
I mean, my favorite is always going to be DX's "Are You Ready?" But I do think that Cult of Personality should have made it further than it did. That was the one glaring, and I think that was just kind of that was part of the Michaels run, wasn't it? That got taken out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is what it is. But I think that one, I was kind of surprised that didn't make it at least to the Elite Eight, if not Final Four. But those would be the two that I would have liked to see go further than they did.
How about you, Ryan?
I think the right song won our bracket. I really do. I looked at this as like the moment the song came on, you knew things were changing. You heard the broken glass. You knew business was about to pick up. I can hear, King and JR calling the moment when you hear the broken glass. If not that, growing up watching wrestling, the first few chords of Real American, that bump, 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 it was Hulk Hogan. I can hear again, like I can hear it being called just listening to the music and the excitement of Hulkamania. So those two for real. I still think we put the wrong CM Punk theme on. Cult of Personality was great. I was much more into the AFI song, but I'd be remiss if I didn't utter the words chronic during my time here.
That's fair. That's on brand. Intern Mark, how about you?
I was hoping that, I'm not surprised it didn't win, but I was hoping Ric Flair's theme would go a little further. Flair's theme is one of my favorites. From Macho Man's Pomp and Circumstance is another one of my favorites. And then, of course, it did make the cut, but Shane Strickland, when he wrestled Independence, coming out the Jackson 5, wants you back. I mean, that's tough to beat. When you hear the ivories being tickled there for the Jackson 5, that was some good stuff.
Yeah, that's a solid one. For me, I feel like this is definitely one of the ones that stands out as like when I think of wrestling themes. Like this one, is one that will always come to mind. If I can like contest it with one from back in the day, I would probably go like Ultimate Warrior. Like that one, just, I mean, you heard that and you knew what was up. Yeah, I mean, again, that St. Louis regional just got silly. Like CM Punk not getting that far, or getting as far as it should, like Nakamura upending Randy Orton. Like, again, Nakamura's theme is a banger, but man, Orton's is really good. Brian throws a good question here in the comments. Cousin Brian, he says, what's the best theme that didn't make the bracket at all? So I'd have to and I'm trying to remember the entire bracket here, and I should be able to, because I think I actually have the picture of it on my computer. But if I can bring it up.
Did Jai Soul Bro, did that make it?
No, I don't believe. Tim will be able to answer the question of did this make it.
There's two right off the top of my head without even looking at the bracket. It's a shame we didn't put the 3-count theme on there. I don't know how that ever got missed, but shame on all of us for that. And I'm Back by Eric Bischoff. I thought that was a perfect theme for his return to the WWE that also did not make the bracket. I feel like we could have doubled our bracket size and still would have had this question and would have been talking about ones that we just omitted.
Yeah, we probably could have. You know, and obviously, like, you know, when we go, you know, we didn't want to double up, like, because like AJ Styles, I Am was on the bracket, but like I love his WWE theme. Like there's one, the Shield didn't make the list, and I wonder if the fact that like that ended up getting used by Roman Reigns and like people just kind of soured a bit on Reigns, right, wrong, or indifferent, if that didn't maybe affect it, because I always enjoyed the Shield theme.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, when you take out the Sierra Hotel India Echo Lima Delta, it kind of loses the fun of that theme song for me.
Right. And it's technically two different themes. They're named differently. There's a bit of a difference in the cadence of the song too. I'm looking through the list. There's a lot of different Undertaker themes that just didn't make the list because we had to have one representative
right
from every theme. But if we had opened that up, you know, King of Kings, Triple H.
Yeah, King of Kings
that's
is
a
hot.
banger.
Now, Ryan was pounding the table for Kid Rock American Badass.
Jeff
Clearly ball with a ball.
Jeff Jarrett, My World didn't make the cut. I'm trying to see what else.
Is that the one that has the really like squealy guitar at the start?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a good one.
That's actually a really classic.
Yeah, that is a
I'm
good
trying to think of, because we had the Fiend, we didn't get the Bray Wyatt theme.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Broken Out in Love, we didn't get that. I'm trying to see what else did not make the cut. John Cena's current theme didn't make the cut.
The Beverly Brothers theme didn't make the cut.
Yeah, Beverly Brothers did not make the cut.
Bremo.
John Cena.
Yep.
Bremo definitely didn't. That's a glaring. Did any women even make, other than Lita?
Yeah, Sasha Banks was on there.
Yeah, Sasha made the list.
Yeah, Sasha was on. I mean, the Canellises, so it was
Victoria.
Mike and Maria together.
Yeah, and Victoria was in the play.
Two jam, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yep. So we had some.
Yeah.
Andre the Giant theme didn't make it.
It did not. Lou says that
Andres didn't make it.
Yeah, Lou said Andres hands down should have made it on there. Brian says, "How about Billy Gunn's I'm an Ass Man?" I mean, that was always a fun theme. That was always a fun theme.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Like the lyrics.
Val Venus did Hello Ladies? Did that make it? I mean, that's iconic from that era.
No, that wasn't high on my list.
What about The Godfather?
No, Godfather didn't make the list either.
No, Godfather didn't even get nominated to be
sad.
on.
Very sad. You hate to see it.
There's a lot
I was pulling for Kamala. Kamala's
that
theme I always thought was very good.
Yep.
But yeah,
Too Cool Rikishi, that was a big one in that era.
Dude, the Attitude Era,
Rikishi.
The Attitude Era in itself had just so many freaking good things.
It really did.
Jason says, "How the fuck did WCW icon Alex Wright's theme not make it?" That's a great question. That is a fantastic question.
So Alex Wright's theme was on my short list.
Yeah.
Or not my short list, but like I had to pare down a bit. But Alex Wright's theme was absolutely on my list.
See, I can't recall a lot of WCW themes because
there's a lot of like sneaky good songs.
Did you guys pick up on it was last week's during HH's birthday when WWE like posted a video, they used American Made on the video instead of Real American.
I saw that.
It was strange. Like,
wild.
Yeah, like, I liked American Made, but it just, I was shocked that WWE, like, who has done, I mean, just about everything they can to twist the fork that we won, used that theme for his birthday.
They might have a better hold on American Made than they do Real American.
Was American Made Jimmy Hart?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah,
In Real American's Rick Derringer. So I personally, if I had to choose between those two, I would probably pick American Made as the better song.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Wow.
As a better, I think as a better song.
No, it's not WCW bias. It's like, it's a better song.
I mean, like the if you're just going song quality itself, I do think American Made is better. I think it's the connection to Real American, because it's, you know, that changes the opinion for people.
Right.
Let me throw in Eye of the Tiger, which would be the best out of those.
I don't necessarily like Eye of the Tiger as a theme.
When did he use Eye of the Tiger?
I don't care for it either.
So he used it until he got Real American. And then when he got Real
so
American,
it's pre-Hulkamania.
Yeah, because I think actually, if I'm right, Real American was originally the US Express theme.
Okay.
Correct. Originally,
it
was. I don't know they even came out to that, but on the wrestling album, it was introduced as being for Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo.
Yeah.
So man, I got to dig that out. I actually have that on vinyl. The wrestling album.
Hold that.
Yeah,
I do too.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I actually have because there was two, right? There was the wrestling album, then there was a second one, and I feel like I actually might have both.
It was Pile Driver.
Yeah, I think I have both of them.
Yeah, Pile Driver was the second one. That was a big deal.
Yeah, I should definitely hold on to
Pile Driver on cassette in the attic somewhere.
Mark, what don't you have in that attic?
That's
space.
a good question. But that's true. I don't have space in the attic. I feel so bad for my kids because it's likely going to stay packed till I'm gone. So they're going to be the ones cleaning it out.
That's how it is. That's the great last gift any parent has for their child.
The last gift.
Hey, here's my damn attic. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. It's going to take them 6 months to get through that.
And here's hoping they don't feel bad when they're like, we got it. Do we throw this away? Or do we save it? I don't know.
Yeah, I had one of those severe
old wrestling figures and ET memorabilia.
Oh,
how does
Hershey
one
Park
man
plush? It's terrible.
How does one man have so many ET masks? I just don't get it.
He was prepared for the pandemic.
Lauren and Alex fighting over things. Alex saying, "Well, Dad really liked this," to everything, and Lauren like, "You gotta throw something away."
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
Your poor kid.
Yeah,
it's gonna be so bad.
God bless them.
Oh,
just bring it to an auction here and let them have at it.
Yeah, and that's going to be that's actually they're going to make a killing. They're going to make a killing on it.
If you die before Larry Peace does, your kids will live handsomely.
You ought to write now. You ought to write in your living will that all of the contents of your attic will go to Roots Market to be sold.
Can you imagine?
That would be.
They could actually auction that off. That would be something.
That would be the perfect tribute to you.
That would be.
But man,
I'd like to have them sell it outside, not at the auction.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But man, this was a fun tournament. I enjoyed seeing what the listeners came up with and how it shook out each week. I have a couple of ideas of what we can do for the next one. Maybe we'll let it breathe through the remainder of August and maybe the Raw after Labor Day we'll throw a new one out. You know, give the people something to look forward to in these difficult times. You know, we're giving back.
Is it boots?
Is it Boots? No.
Best boots.
Yeah, the best
Yeah.
Boots.
Best boots.
Bret Hart.
Boots,
Game
baby.
over. No. Actually,
The Rock,
that could be a
baby.
fun one. That actually could be a fun one. You say that in jest, Ryan,
You're
but
boot
that's
guy,
a.
aren't you?
What's
I
that?
know. I said I regret it already.
Here we go. 32 boot tournament.
There it is. 32 boots.